Hi guys. Keyword research is extremely important when you want to sell something on the internet because when people need something, in many cases they go to search engines and they simply write what they're looking for. And it's very interesting, but people tend to tell search engines things that they actually are quite embarrassed to tell their friends or their family. So actually we can get into people's mind using search engines. So the first tool that we are going to learn today is Ubersuggest. What it does, it actually draws keywords from Google, meaning what we are going to get here is what are people looking for on Google. If you want to find Ubersuggest, all you have to do is write on Google Ubersuggest and choose the first result. And you'll get to this page. You have this search bar, and let's say I want to actually research something very simple, wedding dresses. So what I do is writing wedding dress because I assume that people that look for wedding dresses will write wedding dress on Google, and I click on search. So it takes a bit of time, but what I get is very interesting and very important results. First of all, what I get here is the search volume. The search volume is the number of times people have searched this keyword in a month. So above 800,000 people in the US look for wedding dresses per month. And if I scroll a bit down, I can see the seasonality. I can see actually that in August and September, people look for wedding dresses more. But in general, it's quite actually, the curve is pretty much flat. It's somewhere between 700,000 and 1 million. Now I scroll down and I see the keyword ideas. I can click down here, view all keyword ideas. And when I click on view all keyword ideas, I get to another page where I can export all the data to CSV. CSV is a file that I can open with Excel, okay? So I can export it, I can save it, and that's the result. The result is an Excel file where you have the keyword and you have the search volume, which means how many times the keyword was searched each month. So actually, some of the results are quite expected, like wedding dress and wedding dresses and wedding dress for guests, but we get also a lot of unexpected results, like wedding dress for plus size, for example, or wedding dress plus size. Why is it interesting? Because if you now conduct market research and ask people, what are you looking for? Many will be embarrassed to say that they're looking for plus size wedding dresses. However, they're not embarrassed to tell Google that they're looking for plus size wedding dress. And here is another example. Cheap wedding dress. 74,000 people look every month for cheap wedding dress or wedding dress cheap. So again, if you go and ask people, what are you really looking for? They might be embarrassed to tell you that they look for cheap wedding dress because, wedding is like one of the most important events in our life. But they are not embarrassed to tell Google that they look for cheap wedding dresses. And here is another surprise. Wedding dress mermaid and wedding dress rental. There is a rental market. 33,000 people look for a wedding dress for rent every month, and some look for vintage, 27,000, and some look for used, surprisingly enough, wedding dresses. So what you need to do now is to write in Ubersuggest the need that you think your customers have, your potential customers, and get all those keywords ideas and see how you can actually use it. And how do we use that? First of all, as I said earlier in this course, you need to know what is your reason why. Why do people buy from you? And that will help you, okay? Of course, you'll have to use your common sense and talk to people, but that will help you. Maybe your reason why you are the only provider of cheap wedding dresses in some country, for example. And now you know actually what kind of advertisements to do. Looking for a cheap wedding dress or looking for an affordable wedding dress, click here to see the new catalog. So, keyword research will help us learn what people are really looking for. And when we actually build a website, it is very useful if we want to promote our website in Google, if we use these keywords. If we use these keywords on the categories and the subcategories of our website, on the title and subtitles and subtitles, and in the text, because that's how the search engine works. It wants to give people the most relevant results. And if you use the keywords that people looked for in the text in your website, for many searches, that will be the most relevant results. It's not only when you want to promote your website. These keywords are very, very useful when you upload videos to YouTube, because you also have to write a title and description and keywords. The same goes for Facebook. When you upload a video to Facebook, you will also have to use keywords. So when you write advertisements, when you create content, when you write posts, when you upload videos, when you write text to your website and so on, keywords are very, very important, because it tells the search engine what you're selling, and of course you want to sell exactly what people are looking for. So that's the first tool, Ubersuggest. It's free of charge. I strongly recommend that you play with it, use it, and try all the varieties, okay, of your product or the need that brings people to you, okay? Think about the need, what people look for in Google when they have a need that you can fulfill. Think that way. What are they looking for? What are the needs? What are the words that they're looking for? That was Ubersuggest. Another tool that is even more simple is completion of search terms on Google. For example, I can write here wedding dress and see how Google completes it. So we can see that many look for wedding dress online and many look for wedding dress 2019, but I can try and play with it and see some people look actually for wedding dress for dog, and some look for wedding dress for short girl, and some people look for wedding dress for rent in Las Vegas. So actually, how does Google complete your search terms? Well, it looks at similar searches, and that's how it completes it. So that's another tool that complements Ubersuggest to tell you or to help you know what people are really looking for. And another tool is Google Trends. Google Trends provides information from 2004 and until today, and you can see actually the trend, how the need of people changes over time. So for example, I wrote in Google Trends, modest wedding dress, because I noticed that many people are looking for modest wedding dress. And I see actually that this has a decline in the past 15 years. So maybe that's not the best business to be in, because we see that the trend is going down. So Google Trends is another tool that is mainly useful if we want to observe trends over time, over the past 15 years. Please note that the data on Google Trends, the number that you see here is 100%. It's not that 100,000 people looked for. So the information is relative, okay? The information that you get is relative, is not absolute, meaning where you see 100, it means 100%. So your homework now, think about the needs that people have, the needs that you are going to fulfill with your startup, with your business, and write those needs, those products, those services, those technologies that you are developing or that you already want to sell, both on Ubersuggest, and see what are the keyword ideas that you get, like I got here with wedding dresses. See how Google completes your searches, and see actually you'll get even more ideas for what people are looking for. And when you find something that you find interesting, you can actually look for it on Google Trends and see actually whether it's going up or down, and you can compare the different search terms. You can compare different needs or products of people over time. I'll see you in the next video.